Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Why I Hate This Movie. I'm your host, Derek Rios, and with always my co-host and heterosexual life mate, Danny Newton. How you doing, Danny?
Pretty good, Derek. How are you?
I'm doing fine. So today we're talking about Good Burger 2.
Yes. A movie that I did not have high expectations for, but I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. You know, I was really worried that this was just going to be a cash grab dumpster fire. But you know what? It was a fine family movie.
Yeah, we went all in on this too. We even went and had the burger.
Yeah. Tried the burger. Got the good... Arby's Good Burger?
Because when I think of flame broiled goodness, I think Arby's.
Yeah, the home of the Good Burger, Arby's, not Burger King or McDonald's
or anywhere.
A traditional burger joint.
Yeah,
we're gonna force our employees to now cook burgers instead of steamed meat slices. So we're which, you know what, the burger, not bad, perfectly fine, and they have these cheesy tots out right now. It's pretty good, and the strawberry shakes, pretty good. Yep, they
were strawberry shakes.
They were. I enjoyed it. It had sugar.
Yes, diabetes.
Yeah, diabetes. So this is a sequel to the 1997, 26 years later.
Yeah.
Even though I think they say it's been about 20 years since the original movie happened.
Right.
And this came out, this is like one of those childhood movies that are dear to me. It was it had the Nickelodeon guys, you know, and of course this is a Nickelodeon movie.
Yeah.
It had Keenan and Kel, which they were on All That. And All That was fantastic, and it was our SNL as a child, right? It was so goofy and over the top, and if I went back and watched it now, it'd be fucking terrible. Because I remember one of my favorite skits was just Keenan in a bathtub talking in gibberish French, and they had subtitles that were just silly, and I can't remember anything more than that, but I loved it. And I'm sure it's awful, but
yeah, probably.
You know, he is the longest running SNL, well, not character, but actor, or whatever.
Yeah,
for
writer
ever.
Performer.
Yeah, performer ever. Yeah, so good for him. I enjoy most of his work, including the original Good Burger, and this one was fine. In this one, we start off pretty much the exact same way.
Okay,
where Kel is obviously tripping on something.
Dude, yes. This guy loves heroin.
Yeah. Well, I was Ed. So you had Ed and Dexter.
Yeah, Ed loves heroin.
Yep. And he is he's daydreaming, or he's dreaming about talking burgers, which this happens in the first one, where burgers are flying around talking to him and stuff.
Yes.
And we get the whole Wonderland sequence and stuff. And it turns out he's just sleeping at work.
Yeah.
And Pete Davidson's there to get a burger. And
just yells at him, wakes him up.
Yeah. But so Ed's character is just a natural disaster. He has smart moments. He reminds me of a guy that I know, where it's like, this person is too stupid to function, but he has every now and then he has a brilliant moment.
He's a 5-year-old child with ADD.
Yes. And then the rest of the time, he is a natural disaster on wheels, or walking, you know, because everywhere he goes, everything he touches, is just a wake of devastation follows him.
Yes.
Where I'm pretty sure he's murdered a bunch of people, and he's done a bunch of hit and runs.
He's on the spectrum, to say the least.
For sure.
Yes.
So in this one, we find out he has 7 children, which they all dress in. I guess the only clothes they own is Good Burger outfits.
Yeah, they're all clones of him.
Yeah, they're all clones of him. And I was really hoping that Carmen Electra was going to be his wife, because in the first movie, the henchman, the bad guy, she's a henchman that works for the bad guy, and they send her after him to seduce him into learning his secret Ed sauce.
But he's too simple for that.
Yeah. He's too stupid to con. But he's pure and childlike. So, I mean, when it comes down to it, he's still a good person.
This movie accelerates from sign the contract to murder very fast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, in the first one, they send they send him off to the loony bin. So you had the bad guy who's the opening a business across the street called Mundo Burger. That was Kurt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he catches them snooping around in their kitchen, Ed and Dexter.
Yes.
And he sends them to the loony bin. And then they go and poison their Ed sauce at the Good Burger. And the old guy who's
yes.
Yeah, Abe Vigoda was there working, and he catches them, and they send him off to the loony bin too. Which the loony bin's probably my favorite scene of the whole first movie. That whole sequence was pretty great. But in this, you still had the same formula, right?
Yes.
You had Kurt's sister, who's the bad guy in this, and she wants revenge, and she's trying to destroy Good Burger. You had the same cast, the same type of people working there. You had the nerdy manager. You had the weird people on the grill, the super old person working fries or drive-thru or whatever the old lady was doing.
Yes.
But the only thing that this movie didn't have was the love interest for Dexter. This movie was more about the just the bromance, the friendship between Dexter and Ed.
Yeah. It also had an arc of Dexter finally making amends for wronging his family.
Yeah, because his character, he goes off and he's trying to be an entrepreneur, and he takes money from the family, and he's on bad terms with all them, and he's gone. And when we see him at first, has this business where what was it called? Up in flames or burn it up. It's supposed to be this chemical you spray on shit, and it can't catch fire anymore, which I'm pretty sure water would have been more effective. And if he just sprayed his house down with water, it would have been more effective than whatever chemical he sprayed on his house, because it catches fire and burns his house down and his whole life. And he loses everything, so he has to go back. And the only person he knows that will actually help him out is Ed, because Ed's pure at heart and they're friends. So he goes and stays with Ed and starts working back at Good Burger. So everyone's life cycle, right? Your whole 40-year-old,
yeah,
your life's over dream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you started back where you ended. You end where you started back.
Yeah, something like that. Vicious spirals.
Yeah,
I thought the whole thing with he's working with his niece, and he's actually having good conversations with her. Mm-hmm. Everything in this movie is a worthwhile conversation and is worth paying attention to, because everything pays off.
Yeah,
right. They don't do a joke or something like that. They don't say something about a character without it coming back into play later and actually being functional.
Yeah.
Right? Which I feel like sets this apart from a lot of other things that try to be comedies that we've gotten over the last few years. Because, even the little stuff, like the twins are doing horror makeup on their TikTok or vlogs or whatever. Mm-hmm. That actually comes back into play at the end of this movie. Everything they set up with the niece and him talking about his sister and things going on and how he feels bad about stuff, mm-hmm. how he wants to make things right, that actually comes back into play, and it culminates with his sister showing up.
Yeah.
Which is Leslie Jones.
Yeah. And
it's the one time I've seen Leslie Jones on screen and not been fucking annoyed by her presence.
Well, you don't watch a lot of SNL, do you? So pretty much all of the SNL cast is thrown there one moment.
Yeah.
Majority of them, they do a Save Good Burger video.
Yeah.
And the majority of SNL, most of the celebrities they have are just SNL guys. Yeah. Even Andy Samberg has a little cameo. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a lot of YouTubers that are on that cameo too.
The rest of them are YouTubers. So you had SNL cast.
It was Kai Cenat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then of course they had for the opening of the super or mega Good Burger.
Oh, it had Young Gravy.
The
Yes.
Southern hero himself.
Mm-hmm. I don't like this anymore.
Well, I don't like you anymore. Or ever. So this works.
But
at least they didn't play any of his music loud, so I didn't hate it.
Right. He was just DJing a concert.
Yes. So it's okay. He was tolerable.
Yeah.
Because they started playing his music.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I like the theme song. It's a catchy theme song to this movie. Mm-hmm. And it's inclusive. This was 97 when they first wrote this. And it was actually pretty inclusive, because we're all dudes,
Yeah.
She's a dude, you're a dude, I'm a dude. It doesn't matter, right? We're all people. And that's what
You're
it
right.
comes down to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Inclusivity.
I mean, I haven't not really watched the first one. I missed the boat on the first one, I feel like. I felt like I was kind of too old for the Nickelodeon stuff by this time.
Really? This is
know.
like prime Nickelodeon.
Like, I was already watching other stuff. Like, I was already watching hard R stuff a lot.
Whoa, not hard R's.
Yeah. So.
But I mean, a lot of the jokes they do throw in there were paying homage to the original movie. Where
I could tell.
Yeah. Where
I could tell.
you had the whole, of course, the intro sequence and the whole sequence where he's fucking plunging the strawberry milkshake machine.
Mm-hmm. I don't feel like I had to watch the first one.
No.
To enjoy this.
No.
I enjoyed this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I went back and watched the first one, but mainly just because I wanted to watch the first one again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so having watched the first one, this back to back, do you feel like this was a successful?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was just as good as the first one. The first one, I mean, it's not like, oh, the best movie ever. You know, it's not going to be a coherent story or it's silly, goofy, and it's a kids movie.
Yeah.
And this is a family kids movie. You can sit down and watch both of these and enjoy it with your children.
Mm-hmm. I feel that way too.
Mm-hmm.
This plot's very easy to understand.
Yep.
It's a revenge plot, and she wants to replace all burger places in the world with robots that are Ed.
Which... that was the one thing that didn't make sense to me. She's upset at Ed. She hates Ed. She wants to destroy this. So she creates these robots in his image to work all of them.
They're going to be her slaves for all time.
Okay, I guess I get that.
Yeah.
The thing I do get more than anything is that I think at some point, and I think we're nearing this in the future, that all these fast food places will just be automated. It won't need employees anymore.
They will always automate as much as they can.
Yep.
But I feel like there's things that the robotic technology in our lifetime, or even probably in the next lifetime, is not going to be cheap enough to actually replace physical people when it comes to something.
You're not going to have like robots, you know, at the counter and shit. But you can see it now where you go into a newer joint. You have, when you go up to the front, most of them aren't standing there waiting for you. They're just working, and they have kiosks set up.
Right.
And I mean, they'll come there and take your order, but you can tell they're just annoyed by people taking their orders now. They want you to order on the app or use the kiosk. So eventually it'll come to the point where you don't even interact with fucking people. Why does she give the robot Ed laser eyes? Laser eyes.
Because he needs to be a fucking murder bot, I guess. Like the minute he started laser beaming stuff, I'm just like, oh my god, he's Robo Homelander.
Yeah.
Oh no. he's just be cutting people in half in this lobby.
Yeah. Which in the first one, I mean, this family, this Mundo family, like Kurt and Kate is the bad guy in this one, right?
Yeah.
The sister. They're not good people.
I could tell.
Because even in the first one, the whole way that they're saving money over there is they're putting some chemical. I can't think of it, what it's called. It might be a made up chemical, but he's putting this chemical in this food that enhances, it makes the burgers grow to like 3 times the normal size.
Yeah.
But it's unhealthy and poisonous to people. So it doesn't make sense as a business model. I guess after the people eat there enough times, they're going to start getting sick over and over. But he doesn't care as long as he makes money.
Right. So a lot of this plot also revolves around Ed being tried. They're trying to con Ed into what he thinks is franchising the company.
Yes.
Which, honestly, if that was the thing, that probably would not be a bad thing.
No.
That would actually make, what's his name? Keen. Dexter. Yeah, that would also probably make Dexter's motivations not that bad.
No, I don't think he didn't have bad motivations. He thought he was helping out. Yeah, he wanted money.
Yeah.
He wanted to pay off his debt.
His motivations were coming from a selfish place.
Yes.
But
I think he truly thought he was helping his friend out too.
Yeah. I mean, franchising rights and stuff like that would have put a ton of money in everybody's pocket. And just because Ed doesn't need money,
yeah,
he does, because all he needs is Good Burger.
Yeah.
He would still have his restaurant, but everybody else that works there would be rich.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Which is kind of amazing that that's the only one that ever opened and it's still just that one. And it's kind of amazing that place didn't go out of business with he's working the front counter for 20 years.
Yes.
Because maybe, you know what? It's a hipster thing to go there and get that experience. That would be the big thing. Be like, oh my God, this guy, man, he's so stupid. He'll like throw your burgers in your face and everything you say he takes literally. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Because that's the one thing about Ed. He's dumb, but he's pure. And everything you tell him, he takes for literally.
Yes.
Like in the first one, they tell him like, you better watch your butt. So he's just sitting there spinning, trying to watch his butt for like a couple minutes while the rest of them monologue. It's a dumb joke, but it's like, okay. Yeah. And he's like, I don't think anyone could ever do that.
Probably the only joke in this I didn't laugh at was the menu joke.
What was the menu joke?
My menu's upside down, so I'm going to do a handstand in this chair.
Yeah.
That's probably the only joke I didn't laugh at.
Yeah.
But the fact that I laughed at jokes in this movie, that says a lot for this movie because there's so many of these. I don't fucking laugh at anything through.
Yeah. Of course, in the first movie, they had the famous delivery. They did it in this, which kind of, I feel like this got changed because in the first one, it was Shaq.
Yes.
And of course, they're all like, you know, they drive into the stadium after the game and they're delivering them the good burgers. And this one, they drive into the stage, and I feel like this was supposed to be Lizzo. I don't know why. Probably last minute, the whole Lizzo stuff, where like, oh, she was abusing her workers. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe for some reason it got changed because it feels like this character is supposed to be Lizzo and not just some made up person.
Right.
Because it's supposed to be a big famous person cameo. That's the whole point of this. Why this is in there and why they did it again. But it just ended up not being. It was just some random chick who, I don't know if she's a real singer in life, but the actress is a different name than the person in the movie.
Well, Lizzo couldn't do it. Okay, she was too busy over there on Mandalorian.
You're right. She was.
She missed the schedule.
Yeah, she couldn't. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to be in Star Wars this day.
Yeah.
Can't do good burger.
I guarantee you that's what it was.
Surely not. Maybe she was just on tour or something.
I mean, maybe.
The other thing was they did pay Ed still, right?
I would
when
think
he signed the contract, like it's still like surely they still saw like, oh, there's going to make millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Or I mean,
I would think that he still got paid.
Yeah, so he still has a bunch of money, right?
Yeah, but he has no motivation in life anymore.
I get that.
He has nothing to do.
He has nothing to do, but the fact is she's trying to destroy him, get revenge on the brother, but like she's still making him filthy rich.
Yes.
He could just open up a different burger joint.
Yeah, but it's not his burger joint though. That's the bad part.
Yeah, but Good Burger never was his. Yeah, the owner gives it to him because he's probably just the guy that worked there forever.
Well, he earned it.
Obviously didn't have family. Yeah, but he could have just opened up a new Good Burger.
Yeah, that's true.
So you know, Sinbad was in the first movie, right?
Yeah.
He was the driving plot for the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because the whole reason, well, Ed was skating and Dex was driving home after school, and Ed just like plowing into children and like knocking kids unconscious. He assaults a woman with a baby and takes the baby and swaps it with the basketball when there's people in the court playing basketball, and they dunk this child. and then he goes out in the middle of the street, and Dexter swerves, misses his character or misses Ed, and runs into his professor, who happens to be Sinbad. He runs into his vehicle, and then he has to, because he doesn't have a license yet. He's like 15 in the first movie. He's having to work at Good Burger to pay it off, and then eventually finds out that Ed was the one that he missed, and yada yada. But
Ed killed people in this movie.
Oh, he killed people in the first movie too. Dude,
the henchmen should be dead.
Oh yeah.
He caved their domes in with bowling balls.
Yep.
They're dead.
At the beginning of the movie, he murdered a bunch of people in that vehicle.
Oh yes. Yes.
Including Dexter.
Yes.
The movie starts with him murdering.
This movie never happened because Dexter is dead.
He's dead. The whole thing's a Jacob's ladder.
Oh my God. This is what flashed before Dexter's eyes before he went to either heaven or hell or wherever.
Probably hell.
maybe this is the good place.
Yep. It all ended up in reality.
He was in the bad place.
Yeah.
Gosh, there's so much in this I liked. It's hard to talk about all of it.
Yeah, but one of the other things they did was they mentioned that she had she was hacking from the age 6 or whatever, and that they actually paid that off. Where okay, she doesn't actually reprogram. So that
she was going to.
She was going to. That was the whole plan. They're going to break in and she's going to reprogram the robots. Or she's going to shut them down.
Well,
but Ed reprograms them somehow.
So when they break in, they were going to kill all the power.
Yes.
Right? They weren't actually going to reprogram the robots.
Yeah.
So they get separated by the security guards as they're running around this place. And that's where like she ends up in the fry machine, almost killed.
Yep.
And then Ed ends up in the security booth alone.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ed makes the decision off screen to just reprogram their logic.
Yeah.
Instead of just turning the stores off, because if he just turns the stores off, they'll eventually just turn them back on.
Mm-hmm. But
if he reprograms their logic to where they fucking just destroy everything, then that actually just destroys the business.
Yes.
Yeah.
He did the same thing in the first one, where instead of just escaping with the canister and then they hide the evidence, like it's like, okay, I'm just going to destroy the company.
Right.
Because he is destruction incarnate.
Yes.
Yeah. He's like Jar Jar Binks.
Ed's not as insufferable as Jar Jar Binks.
Okay. He doesn't talk with a Jamaican accent. You're right. No, I like the fact that Mark Cuban was Keenan's investor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was pretty good. And then at the end of it, they sell him Forever Ice.
I love the whole thing of like, you owe me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm left with nothing now except millions of dollars and the Mavericks and
two basketball teams and like a fucking TV show. Yeah.
But I'm ruined.
You're in a fucking baby bag. I like that Mark Cuban is definitely a bad person.
Yes.
But he played himself. It was funny.
He did.
Yeah, at the end they sell him
it's basically like the everlasting gobstopper of ice.
Yes, ice that doesn't melt. Which, I mean, honestly, it was just a plastic ice cube. That if you've seen plastic ice cubes, right? They're full of water and you freeze them. They're just pretty much like ice packs, but they're forever ice. That's like, that's pretty much the whole concept.
Yeah, he sells him 0% shares of the company for $10 million. So he just hands him $10 million.
No.
For that cube.
They sell him the company for $10 million and they keep 0%.
Oh, I thought it was the other way around.
Was it?
Yeah.
For 5%?
Because he's like, I'll buy 5% of your company for $5 million.
You're right. All right.
He's like, how about 0% for $10 million? Deal.
Nice. He's a good businessman. Okay.
Yes.
That's right. Shark Tank. Him and Trump right up there together. Greatest businessman in America.
Yes. Yes. Forever Ice is going to be huge.
Huge. We're going to have it's going to be one ice cube per cup.
Oh, man. But I don't know, man. This was pretty solid. Yeah. Gotta be honest. From start to finish, I don't feel like it ever jumped the shark. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like it ever got goofier than it was supposed to be.
Yeah, I thought maybe they'd do a few more cameos of some of the older crew, but I'm guessing they're just not around. Some of them are dead.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's been a very long time.
I'm sad that we didn't get to go back to Demented Hills and that Ed didn't end up with the psychopath at Demented Hills because they had a good relationship. I like that relationship.
Oh, God.
And that chick was cute. That chick, the chick that
well, we never saw Ed's actual wife.
No, we did. No, we did. It was the SNL character. It was the lady from SNL. We actually, after the whole Carmen Electra scene, but her being the babysitter instead of not the actual wife, you see the wife. She walks out, and the wife is.
Was she also an Ed clone?
No, she actually didn't look exactly like Ed. She was similar, but
okay.
Her actually, I think her name was Eddie too.
Okay.
But yeah, it was Ego Wodum from SNL. She's currently in SNL right now.
Okay.
But yeah. But I was kind of sad that we didn't get the psychopath from Demented Hills. That's actually Linda Cardellini. She was actually in Avengers. You know, she was Hawkeye's wife in Avengers.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She was in the original Good Burger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she played a psychopath that falls in love with Ed. Yeah, and it wasn't over the top with musicals. It had a couple of musical parts, but it was bearable.
Right.
It was nothing terrible, but
Do you think that this is worth the Paramount Plus subscription?
how much is it? Is it like $10 a
It
month?
can't be more than a movie ticket.
No, I think I would get Paramount Plus for a month and watch some shows. Yeah,
I would have went to the movies and watched this.
yeah, I would have went.
So
movies.
saying that, it's probably worth the Paramount Plus for a month.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have paid money at the theater.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think our ticket was only like $8 last night or something like that. So
Yeah. But I don't know. Overall, I feel like this is solid.
yeah, grab your kids, watch it.
Yeah, man.
Watch the original first.
Yeah.
Yep, have a night, a good burger night,
Mm-hmm.
and go to Arby's.
Yeah,
get your
it's
good
perfect
burger.
time. You can watch Good Burger, go get a good burger. You can live this is the only time in history you'll be able to live the whole life.
Yep, it sounds like a great Thanksgiving.
All these actors still looked in pretty good shape, though. All of them that returned.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's funny because Ed looks almost
Exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Keenan, he's still, they're all like in their 40s, but they still look like they were the 20-year-old kids that they originally were.
Yeah.
But
That's crazy, dude.
yeah,
They've aged well.
Yeah.
I don't. I haven't.
I can tell.
Yeah. I can too.
But yeah, I guess that's about all I have to say about it.
Yeah, man. That's all I got.
Check it out. Yeah, if you enjoyed listening to us, like and subscribe.
Yeah. Hit up the comments.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll catch you next time.
Yep. See you later, guys.
Bye.